the more I'm on this app, the more I realize that it's not really just the app per se, but it's just everyone's saying the same things. And like I said before, that's true of real life too, but for some reason there seems to be a notion that here is any different. Like, for instance, I see so many people mentioning like negative things, arguing. Some people are doing good, some people are trying to, help people and whatnot. And there's always a, back and forth between either anything. And, it's just, it's not, it's just not, it's not doing anything. Like, I wonder, like, whenever people mention, like, unity and things like that, like, even if you think it's right or you're holding someone accountable, gathering together as people and shitting on someone who has a take that is either controversial or it's just something that people usually scorn on, that's not doing anything. That's not, you're not holding them accountable or anything like that. Because, you can't make anyone be accountable. You can make them look at whatever they did and say, yeah, this is why we're punishing you, but you can't make them look into themselves and have the insight and it's like, yeah, I think I could have done that differently. Like, you externally cannot do that. You're just not going to be able to. So, like, and the more I see this, I'm just kind of like, I don't have any opinion on it. Do you? I see it. Sometimes I laugh at it. Sometimes I don't. But I just think about it and I look at it and I'm just like, how have we convinced ourselves that, like, looking and pointing the finger at someone in any case is some sort of unequivocal justice or betterment of society? Like, because for one thing, that's entirely a mindset. That's entirely defined on however you're looking at it. There are people who think that, as far as that we've made great progress. Some people think that we're pretty much exactly where we used to be in terms of progress. Some people think that we've, taken steps backwards. Like, so that perception's all over the place. And it's just like, and the more I know it, the more I see it, the more I think on, like, just like, I don't know. I just don't know. I can kind of think on, I can think on it as far as, like, well, obviously it's like, a majority thing. And, that dates back, it's like centuries, millennia, eons. But it's just, I thought about it for a minute and I'm just, I don't know. This app is neither an amazing place, nor is it a cesspool, nor is it anything like that. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing as everything else. It's just a place where people gather and the rest of it follows. And it's a streamline of content, opinions, matter. That's all it is. And I guess, I don't know. Whenever it's so. I'm not saying that, like, you shouldn't have your own viewpoint or whatever, but it's just so opinionated to the point where it's just shoving the general opinion just down everyone's throat, and everywhere does that. It's not, like I was saying before, it's not exclusive to this app, but it's just it was almost like it was just streamlined in front of my face yesterday, to where I was just like, wow. I was like, it's just everywhere. I mean, really is. And I saw an argument that was like a fuck ton long. Just about just about like the heat domes, and how our generation, and and the economy and things like that. And I can understand. I'm not saying that you know anyone is wrong or dumb or anything like that for being worried about the economy or anything like that. I mean, based on how you look at it, I mean, it's very valid that you look at it that way. I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I'm just saying that, like, instead of coming at it from, even for the ones that are typically seen as good, because that doesn't exist, like, still giving both both sides of the spectrum, and everything in between, at least some ground to say something, and to just not have so much ego in it, to where we're able to just actually, like, have a conversation without already thinking that someone's wrong before they even finish their sentence. And I mean, that's really all there is to it. And I had meant to start talking about how people were so opinionated everywhere as well, but I suppose it bled into this. But I mean, it's like, and I'm not expecting it to either grow or stop. I'm just observing it. But I think that, and it's the same thing. I mean, everyone tells you this, and the people who, and I'm glad to start seeing, like, an uptick, at least in, like, self-care and self-awareness, as far as, like, yeah, all right, I gotta get my shit done, I gotta get my shit together, I gotta look into myself before I start trying to make someone else see something the way that I do. I'm glad that I am beginning to see more of that, which, great, I'm do you, lovely. But regardless of that, I still see other stuff, and I'm okay with seeing it. But yeah, I mean, like, for instance, like, I'm aware of these things, but it doesn't have to. If it, just to, I'm mainly done with that point. But, like, just to, just like a positive word, like, these things are happening. Yes, that's true. So, so making yourself feel worse about it isn't going to change the overall situation. Like, you can still wake up with a smile, and at least, like, say, okay, yeah, I'm gonna look. I don't know what's coming up. Like, all this stuff is happening. For all you know, you might not live tomorrow, and you're going to spend the last, like, what, 10 minutes, 20 minutes a day freaking out about some shit you can't control. Like, no one can do no one can do anything about this climate, at least not in a day. At the very least, not in a day. You're not going to snap off the heat dome or stop global warming in a day. So is it that hard? Is it that impossible? Is it that difficult? Or is it that insulting for you that you just can't try to have some positivity, to just implement and write something positive down, put it on the wall, say it, a mantra, something? I know, sure, there may be some perspectives that call it optimism, naivete, whatever. I would rather be positive and smile and see the good in things than just shit on everything all the time. But that's it.